it wasn't long ago we talked about the plans that Bill Gates have for the African continent and his target on some countries in the motherland, and Nigeria is one of them. How he came early the year money, and behind those donation of money, the media refused to tell people that some other things were going on underneath, and those things are going to doctors, trying to bribe them, going to farmers, trying to bribe them so that they stop farming, and to the doctors that they stop practicing. And why? Because he has a plan, the big plan that they have for the world. They want to experiment it from the motherland. It's unfortunate with these things. Now, sometimes look at these things like maybe it's not true, or this is how we sit down and think everything is all fine, everything is well, and gradually who we are is being erased, and it's for a fact. Because right now, the Nigerian government have approved GMO corn for planting. So if there are corns that Nigerians will be eating later this year, majority of them will be GMO corns, that's genetically modified corn, your majesties. Now, the effect of this thing is so much that sometimes I sit down, when I heard that the government had passed, like they've approved, I'm like, do they really know the health implications of this thing? Are they really concerned about the citizens? Because one, more than 50% of the land in Nigeria itself, only Nigeria itself, more than 50% have not even been cultivated. And the little percent that farmers are cultivating, the Bill Gates and his those he work with, the supremacists and those who are in charge of controlling the world, are using Boko Haram and other terrorists to pursue these farmers from their farms. It was later we discovered that it's all part of the plan. Boko Haram, Fulani herdsmen and others who are pursuing farmers from their lands and from their villages are all tied to the world government. They are using these people to pursue farmers. Before now, we're like, why are these Boko Harams going to places, to states in countries in the continent where they specialize in farming? When you look at the states in the countries in the continent where these Boko Haram, Fulani herdsmen and other people are terrorizing, they are predominantly farmers. Majority, less than 99.9% of them are farmers. These are places where the food that the country eats come from. Then you'll be like, why are they going to all these angles? It is later we realize that these are part of the plan of Bill Gates and his cohorts. And Nigeria is playing along. Nigeria is playing to the tune, to the drum that they are beating.
So there's every chance that if you're going to eat corn this year, these corns are genetically modified. So the federal government have given an approval that they should start selling genetically modified corns in the market. Remember, some months back, we were talking about this, that Bill Gates wanted to test run a particular food in our country, and then a lot of persons were actually like kicking against it. We were kicking against it because we understand that why would something we are growing in our own country will be coming from outside? I mean, from like in the tests, right? Now, we didn't really understand the gravity of the whole, situation. We're saying, okay, it's just food. But then while I was doing my research, I saw an article from 2001 where, they tried to do the same thing in Mexico. And then it was clearly stated that these corns would have contraceptive, so it could help reduce the population or production rates, like men will not be like fertile anymore. So these were the contraceptives that will be in these corn. This was published in 2001, right? And then when the Mexican government wanted to put a ban on these things, the US threatened them that they were going to go all out for them if they put a ban on these things. But here we have now in 2024, 22 years after, and it wants to still happen. I mean, like, it has already started happening. Now they say these corns are going to have their own defense mechanism, whereas there would be insect repellents. They would not be able to go through this whole, normally when you plant corn, you have lots of things that are, affects corn that sometimes reduce the production rate. Now they are saying, okay, these things, this corn are not going to have all these things in it that are going to defect it. So when these corns are coming out, there'll be more produce, right? So before, if you were saying we are producing like, let's say 1 ton before, now we are saying, okay, you're producing like 10 tons. Now, in as much as this sounds good to the ear, it is not as good as you think. And you all also remember we've been battling with the herdsmen issue. Our own production in our country have been sufficiently suppressed because we are not being able to grow things because of herdsmen. Don't you think all these things were being orchestrated by them, so we would not have enough food? Because you see, hunger is weaponized. So when you don't have enough food, anything that is being given to you, anything that is being, offered to you, you're going to just rush, you dive on it without even asking questions. So we've gotten to this point where we are food scavenging, and then they are bringing these deals, and it's not going to end there. I understand that there are so many things that are being genetically modified that we use.
The very idea of GMOs is a death knell for biodiversity. Biodiversity means the integrity of life. GMOs mean appropriating life to own it and patent it. And because there are patents related to GMOs, and the only reasons GMOs are being introduced is to own seeds and collect rents and royalties, corporations push the handful of crops that they have genetically modified. So you can see in the last few years, cropping systems have been reduced to corn and soya and cotton and canola, when we have cultivated and eaten thousands of crop varieties and species. The uniformity and monocultures that are being pushed by GMOs are driving out diversity directly, but they are driving out diversity because instead of using less more efficiently, which they always claim, that land we are using more efficiently, they're having to invade the Amazon, they're having to invade the grasslands of Argentina for a very expansive and wasteful agriculture. And when you spray Roundup on Roundup-ready crops, you are literally killing food and diversity. When you plant Bt cotton seeds, you're killing the bees and the pollinators and the soil organisms. GMOs are a recipe for ecocide. But they're not just a recipe for ecocide and the destruction of biodiversity, they are also killing our farmers. 284,000 Indian farmers have committed suicide. Most of them in the areas where cotton is grown. 95% of the cotton is now genetically modified, owned and controlled by Monsanto. The farmers are dying because Monsanto is making profits by owning life which it never created but pretends to create. That is why we need to reclaim the seed. That is why we need to get rid of GMOs. That is why we have to stop patenting of life.
We are the ones to fight these battles for ourselves, Your Majesties. Because if we keep sitting and waiting, our parents have sat and waited, and look at the state we are in today because no one is coming. Majesties, no one is coming. Like we are created with the ability to save ourselves. We are created with that ability. We only need to put heads together, and that is why they are always trying their best to cause confusion. So we are not united. Like, just imagine this, okay? When he was talking about they don't want to spend the money, it's not even about the money. Bill Gates is not after money anymore. It's about the plan that they have. This whole world order, this whole supremacist ideology and their plans to suppress the original people, to kick out the original. Just look at that article from 2001 that talked about them. There's something in this corn that suppress reproduction. Okay, so it makes our mothers infertile, and it also makes our men infertile. That is since 2001. So this battle has been, when I say this battle has been for a long time, it's not even around that 2001. They've tried every method from ages past. They have been trying to wipe us out, This is the truth though. Enough of this sugarcoating with sugarcoat words, trying to please people. Okay, because we don't want trouble. Let's just let it be. They want to wipe us out. They are going after our existence, the source of our life. They want to cut us from the roots. Your Majesties. That's where they're going to. And that's why they are putting everything in place. Okay? They've come up with everything targeted on the African people. They've come up with, look at what they were doing during the what do you call them? The LGBTQ. They tried. They have been doing this whole food agenda for a long time. They saw that it was not working. They went back to just re-strategize. And then when they were re-strategizing, they came up with different things. Created different things. Send it through animals, send it through human being to the continent. Just hoping to see that, oh, they want to wake up one day and hear, oh, the African continent have been wiped out. But it can't just happen that way, because you can't cut off the source of life. You can't do that. You can't do that. Okay? So they've tried everything. They tried everything. You saw that the other one, I don't want to call it. You see what they did? They targeted the motherland. In short, what they were sending, the aid and what have you about that thing they were sending, Africa's own was a special one. They wanted to finish us, but they were the ones that were dying. They were the ones that were dying. That's why, you know, when I was in Ghana, there was this, I don't know if most of you watched that video anyway. There was this this tree that the one who was taking me around was saying that this one is also a cure for that thing that I say, no wonder we're not dying in the motherland, because already we have antibodies. We have the fighters that are fighting the thing. As they are sending it, they are making us stronger even, but they were the ones that were dying. Just look at the death rates. Look at the death rate of that time when the thing was happening. They came with that one, did not work. After that, they went and re-strategized again and came with LGBTQ. Because their target is to finish them. Finish them. And then this man, see, for Bill Gates to move around and try to pay off doctors, and Nigerian media did not put it out. See, that information was like a confidential information that just started circulating gradually. It has not even gone out as it should go out. To pay off Nigerian doctors so that they will not be practicing. Millions of dollars. Okay? I didn't know, because of those of them who had consciences, most of them would have collected this money and just go make another business and live with their life. But this very man came out and said, no, this is what Bill Gates did. And he also went to farmers. Now, it's not about the money. They've tried everything to suppress us. The originals. So they suppress our food so that there will be hunger everywhere. Oh, there's no food. What are we going to do? They use bandits to kill farmers. Farmers will be in the farm farming, they'll kill them. They use Fulani herdsmen, they pay them, send your cows to go and... Because when I say it's a plan, it's a plan. Because most of these Fulani herdsmen that go into people's farm in the north and everywhere people farm, different parts of the continent, they are not even real Fulani herdsmen. They were paid. They're the ones that were paid and brought from somewhere. Because the real Fulani men are crying as well. They are making content, they are making videos as well, placing on medias. They themselves, their life is in danger. When they are in the bush rearing cow, they are not safe because those ones are coming to attack them. They are with people, they are not safe because people are saying they are the ones that are attacking them in the farm. So they are like, we ourselves, our lives are not safe now, to tell you that it is all the plan of these people. Okay? Boko Haram, bomb. They are going to bomb bushes, farms. They go to do that to pursue the original people from there, so that they will not be able to farm again. And secondly, they are pursuing this so that they can harvest the mineral resources. See, oh my goodness, the motherland have suffered, your majesties, from the hands of these people. Now, how do you think we can reclaim? How do you think we can re-strategize? How do you think we can, solve this problem? This is a problem that we need to attend to as soon as possible. Okay, because it's a fight against our existence. But we can't do this if we are not united. And that's why they keep fueling separation. They keep fueling, oh, we're going to discuss another important issue maybe in the next video. I shed tears when I heard this woman Majesties, we need to unite as a melanated community. They've tried everything to keep separating us. They've scattered us around. Like, woo. So what do you think about Nigeria approving GMO corn for planting? It's quite unfortunate that we are in this situation. But leave your thoughts and opinion there at the section, and I will see you in my next one. Until then, love yourself, love others, stay safe, stay positive, always, Your Majesty. In Nigeria, it is corn. In what country? Is it Cameroon? It is onion. So they have they have infiltrated us. They've polluted us. We need to purge. We need to purge ourselves and purge out all these things. Okay? Purge them out of us. Alright, bye for now.